Your real estate agent is not your attorney, and while real estate agents are often very helpful, at least good real estate agents are helpful for putting deals together and getting the initial deal up and running and getting it going towards closing and pushing things along and encouraging the parties to get together and do whatever you got to do to get the deal done, that doesn't mean that they're actually able to represent you and give you legal advice, because that is a role for an attorney. Attorneys are the ones who are allowed by law to give legal advice, whereas a real estate agent is not. So you have to be very careful when you're asking your agent for advice on what something in the contract means. If you're asking them to draft something on your behalf, often the real estate agent will be responsible for putting the initial document together, but typically they're using a basic form document that's provided by their realtors association. So often they're not really doing any custom drafting, but sometimes they are, especially with amendments on contracts where maybe they have to input something inside that form, and often that might not actually capture what you really want it to. And that's where having a trained legal eye can be very helpful and really necessary in some cases where you have someone who is really in need of legal advice, but they can't go to their agent for it because the only person who can give legal advice is an attorney. Ultimately, an attorney's job is to represent your interest and to give you legal advice in the process. And you don't necessarily have to take that advice, but it can often be very helpful for protecting you against risks that you might not necessarily think about or that you might miss, just because it takes a while to get used to some of these weird terms that can be in contracts, or if the other side is trying to push something on you and you don't know really what it means or what they're trying to do. Having someone who's trained in that sort of thing and who can actually give you legal advice in the process about what the thing means and what the risks might be, that can be very helpful for someone who's buying a property or selling a property, of course. But all of this is to say that your real estate agent is not your attorney. Your attorney is your attorney, and your real estate agent is your real estate agent. Unless, of course, your attorney is also a licensed real estate agent and is representing you in both capacities on the deal, which would be a pretty unusual scenario. But if they are doing that, then I guess in that case, your real estate agent is also your attorney. But I would think that's a pretty rare scenario. If you found this video helpful, definitely let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.